the time when Master Lee's lectures came out, remember you and me, we were in the middle of doing our moral lectures. And we started to read Master Lee's lectures, right? During the moral lecture time. And I asked you to read in Korean language, and you read very beautifully. Your voice is very nice, and your reading is very clear. And I was sincerely hoping to continue with you to let all the Korean people hear this. Korean people must hear the important messages about, this is the end of time. And everybody needs to get ready for salvation. That's the very key message. A lot of people are not paying attention to it. Like a Noah's Ark time, right? You mentioned yesterday, Like a Noah's Ark, Noah was building the ark. And the people asked him, why are you building an ark? There is no rain. What's the ark for? He said there will be a big flood. And all of us need to enter into the ark to be saved, right? That's what Noah was telling everybody, And nobody listened to him. Nobody believed him. Only his family members, right? Only his family members followed him. And then the little creatures, female and male creatures, each species, one pair, entered into the ark, right? That's what Noah was doing, to collect the seeds for the future, right? So today, when Falun Dafa practitioners spread the news about salvation, and for 24 years now, and still most people only superficially understand the messages of Falun Dafa practitioners. They thought Falun Dafa practitioners are anti-Chinese government, right? They all superficially understand that these practitioners are politically active. They are political activists. They want to go against Chinese government. And the Chinese government want to persecute them because they go against the Chinese government. So the world says, let's not be part of the struggle here. We stay out of it. Especially when Jiang Zemin tells all the world leaders to stay out of it. Don't say anything about persecution if you want to do business with China. So Jiang Zemin kidnapped the entire population of 1.5 billion Chinese people to use them as cheap laborers and to lure Western business. To do business with all the Western world kings, right? And the Western world kings, the leaders, they all want to do business with China because they want to be, gaining profit using cheap laborers. So Chinese people turn into the cheap laborers that lure the Western greed. And then this called in the Bible that all the kings of the world drink the wine of fornication. Drink the wine of fornication. And they all become corrupt. And they all turn blind and deaf. And they all sold conscience and justice. And that's how the COVID-19 can wipe out so many people's lives. Right? That's the true spiritual message. World people doesn't understand that the Falun Dafa practitioners, they clarify the truth to tell people the truth about evil persecution. Only want the world people to understand that Falun Dafa is here for saving the world, saving, people's life. And initially, the Falun Dafa practitioners themselves don't understand the truth. Most practitioners, when first started to practice, they only think that, this is good for my body. after practicing Falun Dafa, my cancer disappeared. After practicing Falun Dafa, I quit smoking, drinking. My health is regained, right? And I gain this benefit, I gain that benefit. Most practitioners, they only think, oh, it's Qigong, it's good for the body. Yeah, we're gonna practice and we get some benefits out of it. Everybody come to practice, let's all get some benefits out of it, correct? That was just all the beginning people, doing. Although Master Li from the very start tells people, truly guiding people up to high levels. 真正往高层次上带人 The Book of Zhuan Falun, Lecture 1, the title is called 真正往高层次上带人 Truly guiding people up to high levels, right? And in the Lecture 1 already stated very clearly that, this is a practice. It's not for people to come to get some fancy ideas, get their illnesses cured, right? Lecture 1 already said very clearly about that. It is about cultivation. It is about a life. Start to have the Buddha nature comes out and want to go beyond humanness. And then the master will help to, guide people. 你们好，晚上好。Right? So practitioners at the very beginning didn't truly get it. And everybody comes to practice because it's miraculous. You practice Falun Dafa, your body is purified and your body is refreshed and you feel like a brand new person. And, you're full of energy and everything starts to return to a much better state of living. So everybody says, oh, this is good. All come to practice. So within 7 years, 100 million Chinese people were already practicing Falun Dafa. And Jiang Zemin was jealous of the popularity of the practice and immediately ordered a nationwide crackdown, right? That started in July, on July 20th, 1999. So that persecution immediately targeted every single practitioner inside of China and every single family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers of Falun Dafa practitioners. So you think about 100 million Falun Dafa practitioners, and then, you have each practitioner has mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, and children, and the neighbors and colleagues. Basically, everybody got wrapped into it. Nobody is left behind. This whole Falun Gong phenomenon wrapped up the entire Chinese people population. Nobody is left behind. That's for sure. Okay. Then the Chinese government tried to persecute, the Jiang Zemin tried to persecute Falun Dafa practitioners. So, in order to justify the brutality towards practitioners, the entire population of radios, television, newspaper, all the media outlets, day in and day out, talk about only one thing, Falun Gong. For many, many months, right? Only about Falun Gong. So you can see no Chinese people is left behind about Falun Gong. No way any Chinese would be missing these 3 words called Falun Gong. Because it became a central topic inside of China, right? Then Jiang Zemin, started to go visit all the, politicians all over the world, and he carried a little booklet about Falun Gong. And wherever he went, he wanted to tell the leaders about persecution of Falun Gong to justify his actions. So basically, no world leaders are left behind regarding Falun Gong. Everybody knows about Falun Gong. All over the world, every single politician knows about it, right? Then the Falun Gong practitioners all over the world after persecution start to go on the street, started to deliver brochures, start to tell the world that Falun Gong is good, and the CCP is lying about Falun Gong, right? So day in and day out, grassroots, in the form of grassroots, public education. Nobody is left behind about Falun Gong. You know what I mean? Basically, you see how these things unfold, right? Throughout 24 years, no one is left behind about Falun Gong. You have the Falun Gong practitioners that you have newspapers, Daji Yuan, Epoch Times, NTD TV, right? And so all these newspapers, all these, from Chinese language. And there are Chinatown all over the world. Every single Chinatown has Daji Yuan. And then you start to have an English version of Epoch Times. And then every large city has the English Epoch Times, And then you have a radio station and you have a television station that broadcasts through satellite all over the world in multiple languages, right? So 24 years, the whole world basically are exposed to these three words called Falun Gong, Falun Dafa. No one is left behind. That's for sure, right? That's basically the reality that, if we review from outside, not to be like wrapped into the glow of, myself, I don't put myself into the glow of a Falun Gong practitioner, just as a being living on the earth and be very rational and objective about what happened on the earth, right? Look at the earth in the past 24 years. There's one thing that is incredible. There's one thing that is being displayed so clearly and so actively in front of everyone on the earth. And that's called Falun Dafa. Okay, so there is a reason for that. This is kind of phenomena that the time Noah was alive, Noah built an ark. And the ark was so gigantic that attracted everybody's attention. And people were just totally surprised by this kind of behavior, right? I'm sure the news about Noah was building an ark definitely was spread all over the place, right? The news about Noah wants people to be prepared for the flood most likely spread all over the place. And today, basically, the news about the Falun Gong, Falun Dafa, has been spread all over the world, everywhere. That's for sure. And the fact that the Falun Dafa practitioners are being persecuted by the Chinese government and the Jiang Zemin CCP gangs also has been spread all over the world. Now, people know about it. So when this news is spread all over the world, people will have to make a decision to make a stand for the Falun Dafa practitioners or make a stand for the CCP. The good and the bad, right? The beauty and the ugly, right? People have to make a choice, right? So that is the choice of salvation, basically. It's about choosing good versus evil. It's about choosing truth versus lies, right? So I basically see that our Creator, planned this drama in the human world to awaken the fundamental goodness of all world people, with the Falun Dafa practitioners as the central figures in this drama, and the CCP as the ugly, figure, right? The evil one on this drama. And then the world people are given this drama to watch. And then all the people who watch the drama need to make a vote to decide which side they will make a stand for, right? Those who, after all these years, decided that money, power is more important for them, they will vote for CCP. And still a lot of business people, they try very hard to curtail they cuddle, you know, to CCP, right? And that's basically, you know, the failure of the choice. And people need to be given the truth. A lot of times people make the wrong choice because they are deceived. So the truth can save people's lives. And the Korean people are very precious. I know you love Korean people.